last night, and he kind of made a comical statement. He said, yeah, we ran the triple option against our defense in practice, and the first 8 times we had the football, we scored. But we got a lot better later in the week.
It's not easy. It's, you know, that's why Navy, those academies use it. Sometimes they're not as talented, but it keeps you in games.
That's right. So Cooper, the great kicker for Mainland, gets set, boots the ball high, very deep, and this one goes almost through the end zone, hits about a foot inside the end line, and that strong leg evident there by Jim Cooper, of course, headed to Temple University.
Yeah, that's a big weapon that Mainland has in the field position game, and also for the field goals. We saw Tim Mason last week for Egg Harbor Township kick a game-winning 40-yard field goal. That is a game, that is an aspect of the game that a lot of teams are adding and need to add, because it's another way to put points on the board, and much-needed points on the board.
T.J. Anderson is the quarterback. Split to the left side is Joe Debo, and to the right side is Nolan. Taking the snap back and keeping it is Anderson. Anderson across the 25. Anderson keeps driving. He's to the 35-yard line, picks up a first down and more. Making the stop is Kenny Randall, the nose tackle for Mainland. But athletically, I think that Lafagola, of course, has left Holy Spirit, and T.J. Anderson is now the quarterback. And the coach says, hey, look, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's more athletic, so we hope he can do some business. And right there on the first play, picks up some 15 yards.
He ran over Joe Suter, so Joe Suter knows this is a bigger, stronger, faster kid.
He ducks in and calls signals, does Anderson. Long count, takes the snap. Up the middle it goes to Steve, it appears. Now check that. The carry was Dennis, and knocked down by Naaman, who's a safety, but another 6-7 yards on the carry there, Mike. And again, you see how that offense is supposed to be run. Anderson there reading the defense, giving it to the fullback, and both coaches say the same thing. Mainland says we can't let them run that fullback, and Holy Spirit says we've got to establish the fullback. They did right there. 2nd and 1. Anderson with signals being called. The toss goes to Dawson, looking to sweep the left side. Makes the turn, breaks out in the clear. He's got one man to beat at the 20. He's to the 15. He's to the 5, and he takes it the distance for a touchdown. 65, 66-yard rumble, and he took it the distance. And as soon as he broke the line, Mike, there was really only one player for Mainland who had an opportunity to catch him, but he was on the complete opposite side of the field. So really no chance.
Matt Maiman was the last safety man, and he had no chance to get him. Once he got across midfield, Tony, he really broke through and had really nobody to beat there. Keep in mind, Mainland runs a 5-2 look on defense, which means they only have 2 linebackers that are eligible really to step in there and make a hit, and a lot of speed getting outside by A.J. Dawson, and it led to a big touchdown. Don't forget, you can watch live video of this game at 97.3ESPN.com. Thanks to Matt Ulmer of Ulmer's Appliances, who is providing live video tonight at 97.3ESPN.com.
Teams are lined up and set, and the kick is good by Rafici. So quickly, Holy Spirit breaks out in a huge play by Dawson. They lead it 7-0.
Are you tired of letting your wireless company take advantage of you? Boost Mobile hears you. That's why they give you monthly unlimited for Android with shrinking payments and no contracts. Boost Mobile and Virgin Mobile are the only carriers to offer the most variety of Samsung and HTC models. Find your Boost Mobile phone at Dollar Does It All on New Road in Summers Point. While you're there, you can shop for all sorts of party supplies and balloons and home supplies. Stop in tomorrow and tell them the score of tonight's game and get a free Bluetooth headset with the purchase and activation of a new phone. Coverage not available everywhere. Restrictions apply. Services are subject to additional terms. Android is a trademark of Google Incorporated. There you go. Get a free Bluetooth just by listening to the game tonight.
We are very generous, are we not?
That Bluetooth is a fantastic part of the daily routine. You're very busy. The handheld, you got to get it out. New sponsor there, by the way. We thank them for coming on board.
So that'll be Rafici kicking it off for Holy Spirit. 10:49 still remaining in this first quarter of play. Only really 1 minute and 20 seconds gone. And here's Rafici with a kickoff. It's a line drive affair. Bounces down at the 20. Picked up by Mainland at the 25-yard line. Breaking out to the right side is the return man across the 40 to the 41-yard line. So Mainland will start off in very good field position at their own 40, make it a 39-yard line. And I'll start Dylan Swenson at quarterback. Tom Bradway is one running back. Brett Edwards the other, and the fullback is Fernando Mayers. On the outside is Joe Suter, along with Matt Naiman. The tight end is Tim Reed. Of course, Bradway, the quarterback the last 3 years for the Mustangs, moving to running back this year.
One of the fastest athletes in the Cape Atlantic League. They felt he would be better served touching the ball more as a running back.
So they start out at their own 39-yard line. Swenson takes the snap. Looking to sweep the left side is the tight end, it appears. Check that. Making the sweep to the left side.
It's O'Shea.
O'Shea is correct. He's the running back, 6-footer, 170-pound senior for Mainland. Picks up some 6 yards on the carry coming off the right wing.
Yeah, he got a good block out on the perimeter, too, as Edmonds got a nice block out there to let him get up the field.
Both teams have been playing very well defensively, Mike. You remember we did that first game against Hamilton. Defense, especially in the second half, played very well, and only giving up 7 points to St. Joe's for Holy Spirit. And, of course, Mainland always plays very good defense. 2nd and 4. Swenson sets up, fires over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Swenson at the 45-yard, check that, Suter, pardon me, at the 45-yard line of Holy Spirit. Good pass there, just a little bit too high, but the look-in pattern, and he had him.
Yes, Swenson, the quarterback, throwing the ball for Suter. Nice and patterned, got it first down yardage. He just threw it a little too high, but there was good coverage there, too. So even if he caught that ball, there was a possibility that he could have broke it up with a nice jarring hit there by A.J. Dawson, and he's a guy to watch on that corner over there.
Yeah, he says, the coach, Iannucci, feels that he is one of the best defensive backs in all South Jersey. Taking the snap back is Swenson. The toss to Edmonds, looking to sweep the right side, and he will be thrown for a 5 or 6 yard loss. Busting through was Franco Raffici, and here's a guy who's really, when you look at him, as far as his stature is concerned, Mike, he's 5'7", 172 pounds, but very quick, and he was on the spot.
You know, every time you do a Holy Spirit game, it seems every year they have that same kid who's undersized and just fast and a bulldog that makes plays, and Franco Raffici is that guy this year.
So it's Tyler Flynn standing at a single safety at his own 10-yard line, and Cooper will kick it from his own 25. Of course, Cooper does both the punting and the field goal kicking. High twisting spiral, bounces down at the 20, and Flynn will just let it roll, and it'll roll out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So Holy Spirit with their second possession. They lead it 7-0, 5:41 left in this opening quarter.
And Tony, tonight on a night where Holy Spirit will honor its 87, 88, and 90 state championship teams at halftime, they look like a state champion contender offensively so far, and on defense, really playing in the backfield of Mainland in the first drive of the game for the Mustangs. Mainland needs to wake up and realize they're in a game with a team that's pretty good.
And don't forget, T.J. Anderson, really his first quarterback stint of the season, did very well in that opening series. He takes the snap back, keeps it himself, sweeps the right side, has room across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Put the ball, Mike, in the gut of Steve up the middle, and then pulled him back out and picks up some 7 or 8 yards. So they're getting big advances on first down. I've actually given them 9 yards on the carry to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, he's running hard. He got down low there and really delivered a blow to one of the Mainland linebackers. He's running hard. He's a big kid, Anderson. Remember, Anderson, he's 6 foot, where La Fragola was real short, 5'9". There's a couple inch difference there.
Raffici gets the toss, looking to sweep that outside. Makes a turn upfield. He loses his footing at the 35-yard line, or he might have gone further. He had a blocker in front out there, Mike, and picked up the first down or a lot more, but he could have gotten more had he not lost his balance.
Well, Christian Perez got him. He got his foot, and that's what made him lose balance. Otherwise, he probably would have gotten more, but Christian Perez, you know, should get his name mentioned because he's the guy who got his arm in there and made that play.
So Joe Debo splits out to the left side. First down at the 35-yard line. Raffici in motion to the left side. The give up the middle Dennis with a carry, and again picks up 5 yards. So, Mike, I think we're seeing, at least you and I, for the first time this season, Holy Spirit running their offense as Ryan Brenner makes the stop the way the coach Iannucci hopes it'll be run, because it can be very effective if you know what you're doing. But he says, listen, this is a decision-making offense.
Well,
if you don't make the right decisions, it's not going to work.
And that's not saying because of the quarterback change.
No,
the first time we saw it was week 1,
right.
week 2, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks now. They had a bye last week. They've worked on this offense now for 4 weeks.
Jordan Taylor split to the right side. Wing formation to the left. Anderson again will keep it himself. Anderson breaks free, but now he fumbles the football. There's a marker down and recovered by Holy Spirit. Making the recovery was Anderson himself. It looked for sure like Suter was coming in there to make the recovery, Mike, but all of a sudden they wave, they say no, it's Holy Spirit
football.
I
think Suter had it first, but it was one of those things where I think Suter had one of his arms pinned behind him, and then he only had one hand on the ball, and Anderson came sliding in there and was able to get that arm out. And, you know, once that ball's on the ground and a scrum happens, whoever comes out last.
So first down at the 49-yard line of Mainland. Anderson again takes the snap. Anderson up the middle, giving off to Gerald. And Talib Gerald picks up a couple. Making the stop was Colin O'Shea for Mainland.
Yeah, O'Shea came up and he really wrapped him pretty nicely. Colin O'Shea, 6 foot, 190-pound linebacker for this team.
So a pickup of 2. 7:05 left here in this opening quarter. Holy Spirit on top, 7-0. Anderson takes the snap. Anderson keeps it himself, looking to slant to the left side, but nothing doing this time as Kenny Randall wrapped him up before he could pick up any yardage and may have lost a half yard.
All right, we asked Mainland to wake up. They look like they have here in this second. You know, they're getting penetration there. You got Brenner, Cutter, Randall, Gaspari, and Donovan. That front line of Mainland getting some good penetration, you know, and you keep the guys off your linebackers. You saw O'Shea come up there and make a nice hit. That front line, that's what the 5-2 is supposed to do. Keep those guys in front of the offensive linemen, let the secondary and linebackers sweep in there and make tackles.
So the first real 3rd and long for Holy Spirit, and let's see if they'll take it to the air. Taking the snap, Anderson back to pass, fires to the right side. It's complete to Nolan, but he is dumped immediately at the 41-yard line. Coming up to make the stick was Joe Suter. So not close to the first down. The quick pitch looking to use Nolan's athletic ability to pick it up, but Suter would have none of it.
Yeah, Joe Suter was right there. He read it nicely. He let Liam Nolan get open, make the curl, make the catch, but he made the hit immediately. So it was, yeah, you're going to catch the ball, but that's all you're going to get. Good form tackle there by Joe Suter. So Mainland now will get the ball back. We think, no, they look like they're going to go for it.
They are going to go for it. Wing formation to the left side. Debo split to the right side. Rafici in motion to the left side. Back to passes Anderson. A great duck move to get away from pressure, but he's not going to get out of the backfield. Knocked down for a loss. Coming up to make the play was Gasparini. And so Mainland holds on the 4th down try, and they'll have excellent field position.
Well, Rafici's going in motion, and they play action to him, but he had already passed the play action, so the play action nobody really bought, and Gasparini makes a great play to catch him from the, I mean, Anderson's moving, and Gasparini's a big kid who is 6'1", 222 pounds, and he catches him from behind, gets a hand in there, and trips the feet up. I don't know why you don't punt in that situation, turn the field position around. Now you're giving Mainland the ball at virtually midfield.
So Swenson will duck in. They trail at 7-0. Edmonds in motion to the right, sawed off play action, rolls to the right, and this one off the fingertips of Edmonds. Again, he had him, but Mikey's been high a couple times in the early going.
Yeah, that's too high. He gets him out in the flat. He didn't have the feet set. He rolls out nicely. That's a situation there where he had time to set his feet and make that easy throw, but he did it, rushed it, didn't have the feet set, and he threw it too high.
And of course now you've got a 2nd and long situation, so the defense has the advantage as you're playing behind the chains here. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. 5:24 left first quarter. Mainland splits out to the right side. Backs line up in the pro set. Slot formation to the right, and Holy Spirit jumps off sides, and that's going to cost him. Corsi jumps, but let's see if he was drawn off, and he says he was. Wait a minute, they're walking it off against Mainland, but the official said it was against Holy Spirit. Now they'll go back the other way.
I think this guy was doing an NFL game last week.
You're right. Look at that. They thought the call was so good. There's fireworks in the background just over the Mainland stands there. Very good. So now 2nd down and 4 from the 46-yard line of Holy Spirit. Swenson takes the snap. The inside trap, nothing doing at all. Coming up is Steve to make the tackle along with Anderson, as the give was to Edmonds.
Yeah, T.J. Anderson, who's also playing linebacker. Now he's doing double duty. That's one of the reasons maybe why he wasn't the starting quarterback to begin with. You know, you got him on defense. He's an important part there. You don't want him to get hurt. He's coming up there and making a big stick there.
So now it's 3rd and a long 3. Ball marked right at the 45-yard line of Holy Spirit. Naaman splits out to the right side. Edmonds on the wing to the left. Swenson takes the snap. Swenson gives off to Edmonds off right tackle. He's got the first down to the 40-yard line. Nice blocking along the right side of the offensive line as Joe Debo came up to make the stop, but a nice hole off right side.
Yeah, and Swenson there doing a good job of sniffing out the first down marker there. You know, you just know exactly where it is, and he just made sure he got to that point.
And of course, when you have someone like a Jim Cooper on your team, you get to the 30, 25 maybe, you've got a shot at 3. Big weapon. So on the line of scrimmage, Swenson in motion to the right side is Edmonds. The inside give straight up the middle goes to Mayers, and he picks up a couple. Making the stop was Steve for Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
they give him the pickup of 4, pardon me.
Steve, he's a linebacker, 6'2", 220. He's a linebacker in every sense of the word. Gets right up there, makes sure that run, which, by the way, there was a big hole there for Fernando Mayers, but Steve filled it up pretty quickly.
2nd, we'll call it 6, from the 36-yard line. Swenson looking right, looking left. Slot formation to the left side. He's back to pass. He sets. He fires incomplete, intending for Naaman at the 32-yard line. Threw it wide. So thus far, Swenson has not been what you would call accurate in this first quarter of play. He's had receivers who have gotten open, but he's just been high, and there was wide to the outside. So off the incompletion, 3rd down now and 6 yards for Mainland. Ball marked at the 36-yard line. Naaman splits out to the left side. A wing formation to the left. Mayers the remaining deep back. Taking the snap back as Swenson nearly loses his balance, now rolls to his right and throws, and it's complete at the 26-yard line for a first down. So Swenson, able to keep his balance, might have tripped off one of the offensive linemen and hit Brett Edmonds along the right sideline to pick up the first down.
Yeah, really good job of keeping his footing there. If you watch him roll out, he had to put his hand down to keep him up. But that time, he composed himself and set his feet and made a nice throw to get a first down there.
So the ball is at the 26-yard line, and you'd have to say that they are within range for Jim Cooper, but they want 7. Naaman splits out to the left side. Mayers, the fullback, the remaining deep back. Taking the snap back is Swenson, gives off to Mayers, bulling off left guard, but Holy Spirit stiffens after a yard and throws him back.
Good read there by Steve. You know, we talked about Steve being a linebacker. He saw that play, went right. You know, a lot of times as a linebacker, they'll tell you to follow the fullback. Wherever he goes, that's where the play a lot of times is going to go. And boy, he saw Mayers take the ball, and he went right after him.
Time winding down in this first quarter. 2:30 left. 7-0 Holy Spirit. To the right side is Naaman. The rest of the team is tight. Backs are split wide. 7 and 8. 2nd and 8, that is, pardon me. Calling signals is Swenson. Looking over that defense of Holy Spirit. Takes the snap, gives off to Edmonds off right tackle, nearly breaks free, but able to pick up 2, maybe 3 to the 21-yard line. Got him by the shoe tops, did Holy Spirit. Again, that was Steve making the stop.
I think they got Edmonds almost moved a split second early on that play. If you check out, he might have just kind of flinched there to let everybody know he was the guy getting the ball.
So now third and 5 from the 22, we'll call it, of Holy Spirit.
Big play for Mainland here. See if they go to the air. They did last time in this same situation. A little roll out to the sideline.
Naaman starts to the left, now to the right, now back out to the left. Little confusion there. Taking the snap back is Swenson, and now a whistle on the play, and timeout, I believe, called by Mainland before that play got underway. That's correct, as they were definitely confused. So with 1:25 left in this first quarter of play, Holy Spirit on top, 7-0. When you're faced,
all for naught if they can't get some points on the board here. It's a big third down for them.
Naaman splits out to the left side. The backs are split wide from the 22-yard line. Swenson giving off, looking to sweep the left side to the 20-yard line, inside the 22, the 16-yard line, but he will be short of the first down.
Dennis made the tackle there for Holy Spirit, but he made the tackle in a way that he pushed him forward, so we'll see where they spot this ball. It looks to me, Tony, that they are about a yard short of the 30-yard line, and I think they're going to be short.
Bradway, I believe, is the ball carrier on the play.
At the 15-yard line.
Yes. They're bringing the sticks across to make it official.
I think they're going to be a little short here. We'll see. They're stretching it, and oh, they got it by half a football. Half of the football, they got it. Just zoom in on that. Check out the video of this game at 97.3ESPN.com in our high school headquarters section. Matt Ulmer of Ulmer's Appliances in Ocean City providing live video coverage for you here on 97.3ESPN.com.
So the ball's marked to the 16-yard line. 1 minute exactly left in this first quarter of play. The Mustangs looking to tie it up here.
It's interesting watching Mainland now. We saw them winning state championships and being a contender with this wide open throwing attack, and then they kind of did it more of an option attack. Now they're a lot more wing T.
Edmonds in motion to the right side. Rolling to the right is Swenson. Fires on the run. It's deflected on a great play. Looks like Anderson came in there and made the deflection. No, it was not Anderson. It was Anderson, pardon me. And he had a receiver, Edmonds, open in the right flat, Mike, but that play by Anderson really prevented that pass from being complete.
It's a great play by Anderson. And you know what? Swenson looked like he was trying to bait Anderson and just floated over his head, and Anderson was up for the challenge. He leaped to bat that pass down.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 16-yard line of Holy Spirit. Clock stops with 36 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Taking the snap is Swenson, giving off to Edmonds. Cuts inside, has room inside the 5. Knocked down at the 4-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it right at the 5-yard line. So could be a first down, or they might be just short again. Clock continues to run. So it is not a first down. 3rd and a yard for Mainland, trailing 7-0. This will be the final play if they get it off of the first quarter. Just 2 seconds left, and I don't believe they're going to get this play off, and they will not. So we've played one complete. Holy Spirit on top of Mainland by the score of 7-0.
You work hard at the gym every day. Who transferred in mid-season to St. Joe. He will appear for the Wildcats in 30 days. Anderson appearing tonight as the quarterback for the first time. He breaks the huddle on 1st down and 10, ball at the 20. Nolan to the far side. Dennis in the backfield. Anderson barking out the signals. Sends a man in motion. Gives to Dennis up the middle. Dennis crosses over. He gets to the 30-yard line. It's going to be a first down, and he picks up 11 on the play after a tackle finally by Ryan Brenner down the field. Big carry there by DeAndre Dennis.
And once again, they established the fullback. That's what they want to do. And the exact opposite is what Mainland says. Coach Coffey says, we can't let them run that fullback up the middle.
Steve enters the game at fullback now. He's the single setback. No one to the far side of the field. Anderson under center, sends a man in motion. He pitches it to the motion man on the far side of the field, but Mainland is there immediately to take down Gerald So good job by the Mustangs to sniff out the pitch, and it's a loss of about 2 on the play.
On that play, Mike, it was actually the motion by Gerald that drew the defense to him. By going in motion, he was out there on the right sideline, got the pitch, but as soon as he got it, the defenders were there, and they sniffed that out, and they knocked it down for a loss of 3.
Jordan Taylor, the sophomore wideout, called a Hail Mary pass at the end of the Hamilton game. He checks into the football game as Liam Nolan comes to the sideline. Second down and 12 for Holy Spirit. Ball just short of the 30-yard line. Their own 30. Anderson under center. Steve, the fullback. They send a man in motion. Dawson. They pitch it to Dawson. 30, 40, 45. Cuts it back. 50-yard line. And down he goes at the 48-yard line. Huge pickup on the play. Finally tackled by Joe Suter and Tom Bradway.
And Mike, great blocking on the outside. Taylor, the sophomore, 6'4", 190-pounder. He was out there in front and really had a great block on one of the defensive backs, and that's what gave Dawson those extra yards as he turned the corner. So you have to have receivers that not only catch it, but also block. 1st
and 10, ball at their Mustang 47 now. Holy Spirit in enemy territory. Anderson with 2 wide receivers to the far side. Dennis back in the game at fullback. They send a man in motion, Gerald. They pitch it to Gerald. Gerald to the far side of the field. 45, and falls short of the 40-yard line. And a nice pickup of about 7 on the play on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Hamilton 27-0. Prep leads 28-0 over Ocean City. Tracy Cutter makes the stop for Mainland.
And Mike, they didn't get discouraged running that last play because they just ran the exact same play and it proved dividends as they picked up some 7 yards on the play.
2nd down and 3, ball at the 41-yard line. Holy Spirit on the move. Anderson under center. Dennis in the backfield. He sends a man in motion. Dawson fumbled the football, and both Anderson and Dennis right there to pick it up.
Yeah, they fell out right at the line of scrimmage. They may have lost a yard, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 from the 42-yard line of Mainland. But the most important thing, if you're a Spartan fan, is that they were able to recover the snap.
Don't take the ball back. 3rd down now. 3rd and 4. They lose about a yard on that fumble. It was a center quarterback exchange. Robbie Ray is the center for Holy Spirit. Anderson under center. Steve is back into the game. He's about a half a yard behind the line of scrimmage. They give the ball to Steve. No, they pitch it to Gerald. Gerald hits the outside. He is falling forward and short of a 1st down. He'll be about a yard short. He crossed the 40-yard line on the far side of the field, and it looks like Timmy Lynch makes the stop for Mainland.
There is a flag on the play, however, so let's see what this is all about. It was a 3rd and 4 for Holy Spirit. Still no indication as they're having a conference. We love these conferences. We've had a bunch of these the last, 3 weeks? Especially on Sundays.
I never even saw the flag thrown. And they have a legal motion on Holy Spirit.
Yeah, legal procedure. Don't normally see that after the play is started. Got a marching back 5 yards, and they're going to decline it. So now 4th and 4 from the 41-yard line of Mainland. Holy Spirit will be going for it.
So 4th down for the Spartans. Ball short of the 40. 8:09 and counting here in the 1st half. Anderson under center. Back to throw. He fires. It is high for Nolan. Was going to be 1st down yardage. He was open, but he throws it high over the head of Nolan. Coverage on the play by Joe Suter, and it'll be Mainland football.
No question he had him on a comeback play. Had the 1st down, had enough yardage to pick up the 1st, but sailed way over his head. He'd have to be about 6'9" to haul that one in.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They have the ball at their own 40-yard line. Good field position here with 8 minutes exactly. I think that's 8 minutes. It might be 6 minutes. I'm not sure.
I think it is 8 because I was wrong in the 1st quarter.
8 minutes exactly showing on the board, on the scoreboard. Swenson under center. Rolls to the near side. He's got a blocker in front of him, looking down the field, looking, fires. He throws, and it is broken up in the secondary. Great play by Raheem Harris. He jumps in front of the intended receiver, Timothy Reed of Mainland.
That ball was a little bit higher, Mike. That would have been an interception because he had to go way down to try to haul that one in, and then there's another penalty on the field.
We'll see what the call is on this one. It might have been an illegal receiver down the field. Sounds like that's the indication.
Talking it over with Steve for Holy Spirit.
And it is an illegal man down the field. The penalty was declined. So second down and 10 for Mainland on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. St. Augustine leading Ocean City now 35-0. Calvin Cass has 4 touchdowns tonight. So the Prep is continuing their domination of the National Conference. And Middle is on the board. They beat leading Vineland 7-0. Here it's 7-3. Mainland trails. They have the football. Handoff in the backfield to Edmonds, and Edmonds just dives back to the line of scrimmage. He was hit about 5 yards behind the ball by Franco Raffici, and he stumbles forward back to the original line of scrimmage to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Raffici just blew that play up just as the ball carrier Edmonds was running toward the near sideline. Raffici was just there waiting for him, forced him to cut it back inside where the rest of the defenders caught up.
In Wildwood, West Hills has 3 touchdowns, and Wildwood is up 21-6 after the first quarter on unbeaten Mapleshade tonight. So a lot of interesting things happening. Don't forget to log on to 973ESPN.com and vote for our Athlete of the Week. Tyler Donahue will announce it tomorrow. Swenson throws a pass complete to the 40-yard line. He hits Joe Suter on the far side of the field with a nice lofted pass. He throws it in one-on-one coverage. A little short, but Suter did a great job of reading it and coming back.
He did, but on the opposite side, Mike, Dawson didn't look back to see the football. He was right there, but just didn't look back in time. Suter did. He was able to adjust, as you said, and make the catch. So it's one thing to have real tight coverage. It's another thing to react to the ball when it's in your area.
Dylan Swenson now getting a little rhythm here as he breaks the huddle. Under center, the pro set backfield. Suter to the near side. They give it up the middle to the fullback, Mayers, and he gets first down yardage, crosses the 20 into enemy territory. Sean Corsi finally makes the stop, so Fernando Mayers, the fullback, with a full head of steam, and now Mainland is in scoring position inside the red zone at the 18-yard line, 1st down and 10.
6:30 left in this first half of play, and they're showing some good balance here as Mainland running it to the outside, now running it up the middle with Mayers, and of course the long pass completion.
Here's Swenson breaking the huddle. He's got Mayers directly behind him. Rolling out to the near side. He throws it in the backfield behind the line. It is caught and complete. It looks like John Tyler Mindish makes the catch for Mainland, and Franco Raffici. Actually, Edmonds, it's 3, not 13, that makes the stop. Brett Edmonds makes the reception for Mainland.
And Raffici is very active from that linebacker position. Again, not, as we told you earlier, not very big, but very quick.
So 3rd down for Mainland, 3rd and 10, 5:40 to play here in the first half. They trail 7-3. 2nd down. Swenson hands off to Edmonds, and Edmonds is stopped. Sean Corsi in there, making the stop for Holy Spirit. Brings it back to, man, it looks like he might have lost a yard on that play. Maybe a half a yard or a step.
Great defense there by Holy Spirit, stuffing him in the hole as he looked to cut it back inside, and now 3rd down and 9 yards to go from the 17-yard line of Holy Spirit. Well within the range of Cooper, but they want 7 this time. Had to settle for 3 last trip down.
So let's see what they dial up. Swenson on 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 17, the clock 4:45 and counting. He's got Edmonds to the far side of the field. Suter to the near side. Swenson zoning in on his man. Rolling out, rolling. He's going to tuck it and run. He's got a man to beat. He dives forward, short of the 10-yard line. It'll be 4th down for Mainland.
So another decision for Coach Bob Coffey. It appears that Cooper will come on again to attempt the field goal. This is a chip shot for him.
He might kick this to Pleasantville, which is only about 2 blocks over, but still a nice boot from here. The ball is spotted at the 14-yard line, so it'll be about
20-yard line.
We got 14 on the board up here. It's a low kick, and it is no good.
Wow. It is good. It is good. It crossed the crossbar. They said, now they're talking it over.
Now they're talking it over. I think they're trying to, now once the play has happened, where there's no replay, it looked clearly like it went underneath it.
Well, if they want to call our buddy Mr. Ulmer here, he can tell them if it went over, because he might be able to show them that play. Or that's crazy. Didn't look like it went over from this angle, but we are not on the field, and we don't want to question the officials who are standing right under the crossbar.
It was very low, and if it got over, it barely made it over the crossbar. It, from our vantage point, did not look good, but the call was good, and that makes the score 7-6. Mainland trails. Holy
Cheeses, Vic's Sub Shop, Ohio Avenue in Absecon.
Cooper, who just kicked a very questionable called field goal, but it was good. He's 2 for 2 on the night in field goals. He's 2 for 2 on the night in touchbacks. He approaches, swings his right leg through the football. It's a short kick. It bounces at the 15-yard line. Gerald picks it up at the 10, 15, 20, and he's brought down at about the 17, 18-yard line. That's where Holy Spirit will start with 3:45 to play in the half. Holy Spirit leads 7-6, but a very closely contested battle.
So they'll have the football. Might be the last series of this first half of play, depending on if Mainland decides to take some timeouts to preserve the time. But they are leading 7-6 is Holy Spirit, but would like to score more before this first half expires.
You can watch this game live video streaming at 973ESPN.com, courtesy of Matt Ulmer of Ulmer's Appliances in Ocean City, who supplies this live video for us at 973ESPN.com. Anderson under center. Sends a man in motion, Gerald. He hands it to Gerald off tackle, who skips over a man and rolls forward. He picks up about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 for Holy Spirit as they have the clock ticking down, tick, tick, tick. 3:30 to play in the first half. They lead at 7-6.
Obviously, if they continue to run the football and don't break a big one, Mike, it's very debatable whether they're going to have enough time to score a touchdown.
Holy Spirit breaking the huddle, sending Wentz to the near side. Anderson under center. Sends a man in motion to the near side. They give it to the fullback right up the middle, and he gains about 1 yard. So it'll be 3rd down for the Spartans. Another big 3rd down play as Steve comes out onto the field now.
So there's a decision here for Coach Iannucci. Do you throw the football? Because if you don't complete it, if it's incomplete, then Mainland's going to have some time to work with before this first half expires. Or do you just keep it on the ground? If you don't get it, punt the football, and make them go the long field.
Tough spot here. I probably think they keep the ball on the ground and keep that clock running, hoping that they break one. Dennis comes to the sideline. Steve into the game. Nolan into the game for Holy Spirit. He's split to the near side. Anderson under center. Sends a man in motion to the near side of the field. He pitches it to Dawson, who comes to the near side. 30, first down yardage, 35, 40, and he leaps over to the 45-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds and around the 47-yard line. So a big pickup on the play of 17 yards for A.J. Dawson.
Great block there by Nolan. Also got help by Mike Mooney out in front. When he made the turn upfield, he really didn't have the first down, Mike, but he got those blocks, and the receivers thus far this evening have really been doing the job blocking-wise for Holy Spirit.
There's Nolan split to the far side of the field now. Gerald, the wingman, to the near side. Steve in the backfield. Anderson under center. Gerald in motion to the far side. They pitch it to him. Cuts upfield at the 45. He drags a defender to the 50-yard line, just shy of the 50. Mainland's Joe Suter has been a busy guy in the secondary, makes the stop.
They continue to run that play. Just picture this. Gerald goes in motion, and he's very close to the sideline when he catches the football, about, let's say, 10 yards away from the sideline, and he draws the defenders of of Mainland to him, but he's still able to get the blocking necessary to make the turn and pick up some yardage.
Anderson back under center with Steve in the backfield. And a whistle, and it looks like Holy Spirit's going to call a timeout. So, with 1:20 left to play here in the first half, Holy Spirit 7, Mainland 6. You're listening to high school football on 97.3. Anderson under center, Steve in the backfield, a man in motion, Raffici. They roll to the near side with Anderson. Anderson looking to throw. He's blitzed and he goes down. O'Shea with the sack and around the 40-yard line, back at the 38. And Mainland gets a huge play. They might want to think about a timeout now, because it's going to set up a third down and forever. Third down and about 18 here for Holy Spirit, and Mainland calls timeout with 1:01 on the clock. 7-6 our score. Holy Spirit leads the Mustangs.
The McMahon Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing is proud to sponsor broadcast of Cape Atlantic League sports to recognize the value of teamwork and the dedication of these outstanding student athletes. Specializing in home, business, auto, flood, and boat insurance, the McMahon Agency is committed to supporting the community and offer real service and real value to real people right in their own hometown. Reach them at 800-448-6340 or online at McMahonAgency.com. The McMahon Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing, sometimes there's no place like home. And on that play, Mike, with Anderson rolling to the left, it's almost as if he didn't see O'Shea at all, because he ran right into him and made no attempt to try to get rid of the football before he got hit.
Well, and it was a late blitz, too. I mean, O'Shea, I don't know that he saw that. You know, we talk about in the NFL, well, you got to see this blitzer. You got to. I don't think at this level you're really anticipating a late blitzer coming from the linebacker position like O'Shea did there. So that was a good hidden blitz by Mainland. Here's third down and 16 for the Mustangs. Ball at their for the Spartans. Ball at their own 41-yard line. Anderson under center. Dennis in the backfield. They send a man in motion, Raffici. They give the ball to Raffici on the pitch, and he loses it. It's picked up on the far sideline by Mainland, but I believe they're going to say that that ball was an incomplete pass.
It was forward, yes, you're right. It looked like a lateral, Mike, but he did push it with his hand. He didn't throw it, he pushed it, but the ball carrier was in front of the quarterback.
David Donovan picked the ball up for Holy Spirit, but the ball was a forward pass, and it is an incomplete pass. Otherwise, Mainland would have the football at the 40-yard line, potentially even better, with just under a minute to play here in the first half. Going back deep to receive for the Mustangs. It looks like Patrick Schober is the return man. Remember, LaFragola was also the punter.
Right. Raffici now will take over.
Excuse me, Bradway is back deep, number 11. Schober is the 11 for Holy Spirit. So Raffici will punt. And it's a delay of the game. So Holy Spirit will march 5 more off. They'll punt it from now. Looks like Raffici is going to back up to his 25-yard line, and Bradway will move up to his 35-yard line. 55 seconds, plenty of time for the Mustangs here. And they've kind of got a safe look on defense here. Looking for a fake. Raffici, I believe this will be his first punt of the season. It's a high snap. It goes over his head. It rolls back to the 10. At the 5, Raffici picks it up, and he punts it away. What a great job by Raffici, and I believe it hit at the 40, and it looked like it hit Joe Debo.
Yeah.
And he just went running as if nothing happened. Good job by him. But this will be interesting to see where they mark it.
They're going to mark it at the 39-yard line, but as you said, Mike, great play, great reaction by Raffici. Now, he's a linebacker and was not that big, as we've told you many times in this broadcast, but he's quick, and he got back to that football very fast, able to get it away, a line drive affair. Most importantly, though, he wasn't tackled at about his own 5-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs with 43 seconds. They got time here. They got 2 timeouts left here, and it looks like they're going to try to do something here. Swenson under center. They send a man in motion, Bradway. They pitch it to Bradway. Bradway tucks it He's trying to get to the outside, and there's nowhere to go.
It's that man again, Raffici, there to make the stop on Bradway.
Franco Raffici makes the stop, and it's now going to be second down, and Holy Spirit, Mainland will call a timeout with 35 seconds left to play in the first half. Holy Spirit leads Mainland 7-6.
And Skelly's High Point Pub is open 24 hours a day at Shore Road and the White.
Mainland here tonight with 2nd and 15. Swenson to throw. He fires one down the field. He's got Suter, and he overthrows him. So
yes.
They did try to go for it.
Yeah, Suter once again running down the left sideline with Dawson. Dawson again right there. This time the pass, though, overthrown. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 15 now for Mainland. 29 seconds remain in this first half of play.
So Mainland will probably take one more crack at it. Actually, they do have an opportunity for 2 plays with 29 seconds here, although that would give Holy Spirit a chance if they were not successful. Swenson under center. He hands the ball to Mayers, and Mayers is pulled down at about the 35-yard line. Mainland hurrying up, trying to hustle here on 4th down. And they're going to go for it here. 4th down and about 7. The clock will start once the ball is spotted with 8 seconds.
I don't know if they're going to run a play, Mike.
They'll bring up 4th down about 7.
They look like they're set up to run a play.
Well, they're not going to have a chance
to. They don't have a chance to get it off. That was an odd situation there where it looked like Mainland wasn't sure if they wanted to run a play or not, but with the score.
They deferred winning the toss to start the football game.
If you're driving in your car and you want to continue watching or looking at this game, check out 973ESPN.com. We have live video streaming on our website thanks to Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliances in Ocean City, and you'll see the highlights of that field goal earlier that may or may not have gone over the crossbar. You can judge for yourself when you watch the video on our website, 973ESPN.com. Tyler Donahue, thank him for the halftime show. He'll be back with post-game coverage till 10 o'clock tonight when we leave here in Absecon. A lot of scores on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Cedar Creek, everybody watching that one, 18-7. They lead Buna, a couple undefeateds in the National Conference. Pleasantville looking to end a long losing streak. They lead 28-21 over Lower Cape May tonight. St. Augustine rolling 42-0 over the Red Raiders, and Middle Township looking to go to 500 with a 16-0 lead over Vineland.
Here's Raffici with a kick end over end. It's taken by Martinez at the 15, to the 20. He's to the 25, breaks out in the clear, to the 40-yard line, across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Excellent return. That was Bradway, pardon me, on the return. So Bradway bringing it back to the 40-yard line and nearly broke that one.
That would have been a big way to start the second half here, Tony. A big explosive return. Good field position, though, for the Mustangs.
They trail at 7-6. Moving left to right. Holy Spirit in their home uniforms, gold pants with navy blue jerseys and gold trim and helmets. And Mainland in their green pants with white jerseys. Rolling to the right side is Swenson. Sets, fires over the middle. This one is complete to O'Shea. He is decked after a pickup of 5 yards.
Good pitch and catch, though. Way to open it up to start the first half. By the way, Mainland's wearing black pants. I know I can't see, but I can tell that that's black.
Okay.
They got the new Under Armour uniforms this year, and I know Tom called me on the phone and said, hey, Mainland changed their colors. They're now green and black.
Okay. Yeah, they do have green trim down the side.
Yeah, it almost looks like the University of Hawaii with like the green trim up the back there. I watch those WAC midnight games.
Timeout called by Mainland early in this third quarter, Mike. That could really cost them down the stretch, but they called timeout with 11:14 left in this third quarter, 7-6 Holy Spirit.
Hey, any high school football players or parents looking for a chance to play at the next level, you should set aside Tuesday, December 4th. It's the 38th annual college night at AC High. It starts at 7 o'clock. More than 40 college reps will be there. The event is sponsored by the Atlantic City High School South Jersey chapter of the National Football Foundation. That's December 4th, Atlantic City High School for college night. Storage Inn, family-owned business, started more than 3 decades ago. 2527 Fire Road, EHT. Storage Inn, 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs. Personal, commercial, Storage Inn, open 7 days a week, 24/7. Security, 609-646-6400. Storage Inn, located in Ocean City. Visit storageinn.net. Managers are on site to assist you. Storage Inn, EHT, Ocean City.
Second down for Mainland. Both teams just about ready to get back into action here. Mainland takes an early timeout here in the third quarter. Second down and 5. And you know, Swenson, Mike, in that first half had some open receivers, but just a little wild, high, and then threw one to the outside. So he's had some people open, and if he can settle down, that passing game can be productive.
That's why I like that call to open up the second half here, to give him a little confidence.
Mayman splits out to the right side, 2nd and 5. The toss sweeping the right side to Edmonds, but a whistle on the play before this one gets underway, and it's a legal procedure is going to be called against Mainland. So that'll push him back 5 yards, and the 5 yards they picked up on that pass play, Mike, negated, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
It's one of the latest illegal procedure penalties you ever see. The play was moving towards us. The pitch was actually made, and they blew the whistle dead and called it like that. Mainland, 2 steps forward, 3 backwards there.
2nd down and 10. Nose of the football resting at the 40-yard line. They break and come out. Wing formation to the right side, actually a double wing. In motion to the left side is O'Shea. Rolling right, looking to throw is Swenson. Being rushed, he slips, but now recaptures his balance and then just tosses it out of bounds. He was outside the tackle box, so no intentional grounding. He was under heavy heat, had to get rid of it, I should say, and now brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he did a great job of not getting sacked on that play. He just fired it out of bounds. Eagle fans would ask Michael Vick to do the same thing.
So Mainland now with a 3rd and 10. Mainland splits out to the right side. Wing formation to the left. The backs are split. Opening series of this third quarter. O'Shea now switches to the right wing. The give goes to, looks like Edmonds looking to sweep the right side, makes the turn upfield, moves the pile to the 44-yard line, but he's going to be significantly short of that first down.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, how about this one? Wildwood 61, Maple Shade 34. West Hills has 8 touchdowns tonight.
Wow.
8 touchdowns.
And you put in together with Cass, and it'll be a touchdown festival. My goodness.
8 touchdowns tonight.
Flynn on a single safety. He'll be receiving this punt, standing at his 15. Cooper will kick from his own 30-yard line. Gets the snap. Good one. Moves forward. It's high. Quivering spiral. It's going to bound down at the 20-yard line, and Flynn lets it bounce and makes a mistake there. Rolls to the 3, to the 2-yard line. So Flynn lets the ball get past him, Mike, and it rolls to the 2-yard line.
Shoppy's is better online. You probably visit their showroom, 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but Shoppy.com, you can select designs for your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy has a complete line of gifts perfect for your holiday giving. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting the Shoppy Trophy. 609-653-1684 for Shoppy since 1921.
So backed up is Holy Spirit. The nose of the football actually on the 3-yard line. Got to be careful here with this triple option because it requires a lot of ball handling, and ball handling can mean fumbles if you don't do it right. Anderson ducks in and calls signals, takes the snap, goes up the middle to the fullback. Getting the call on the play, it looks like Dennis, and O'Shea makes the stop for Mainland. So a pickup of 2 yards to the 5.
That's your classic, just hand it up the middle to the biggest guy and let him blast forward and try to get out of there.
Dennis, 5'9", 193-pound junior, but very squat. Built low to the ground. 2nd and 8 for the Spartans.
Remember, a bad snap earlier by Holy Spirit on a punt, too, so they want to get out of the end zone area here.
And they fumbled one from center as well. In motion to the right side, Gerald. The toss to Gerald, looking to sweep the right side. Spins away from trouble. Now tries to spin away again, and he's going to lose yardage as he's pushed back into the end zone.
Mainland went to safety.
Yeah, what forward progress was at the 2-yard line. So Gerald trying to make something out of nothing and almost cost himself and the team 2 points.
Ryan Brenner was back there. Well, what happened, Gerald got hit at the 2, but then he spun out and got kind of pushed into the end zone. That's where Mainland was wondering whether or not they were going to get a safety call. Because once he spun into the end zone.
He did. But nonetheless, the ball at the 2-yard line, so it's now 3rd down.
That's one thing. Those officials, they do everything in their power not to call safeties, it seems like. They really don't want to call safeties at any level.
And now a marker on the play for delay of game. That's not going to cost him much.
Nope.
Cost him a yard.
Not too much further back to go. But I'll tell you, they need to get some positive yards here. You saw a bad snap on their only other punt attempt. They snapped it over the head of Rafici, who picked it up right around the goal line and just kicked it, and it ended up rolling for about 40 yards. They made out on that, but if they snap it over the end zone here, the officials will have no choice but to call a safety.
Oh, absolutely.
You almost had too many men on the field right there.
3rd and 12 from the 1. Taking the snap back.
Crazy movement.
Yeah, crazy. 2 men in motion. I think it's going to be an illegal shift. They had 2 men moving at the same time. I think, though, that Mainland might decline this one. Although you never know. They might say, let them run another play because they could make a mistake and we can get the football.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Middle's on the board again. They lead 23-0 in that one.
It was an illegal shift. Mainland does decline.
There was about 3 illegal shifts on that play. An Arena League football game broke out here.
So now it'll be Rafici kicking the football. He's going to be standing probably 1 foot inside of the end line, so he cannot step backward, or that will be a safety.
Rafici's late getting onto the field. He is just now settling into his spot.
Teams are lined up and set. And now another whistle, another flag.
Another high snap.
Looks like delay of game again.
The flag was thrown way back here around the 40-yard line. But that snap was high. Rafici, who is 5'7" on a good day, had to leap up to go catch that ball.
So again, delay of game against Holy Spirit, and they will kick it, and Rafici is standing about 6 inches in front of the end line. So if the snap is high and he reaches up to get it, the likelihood is he's going to come down with his foot on the end line. So it all depends on the snap here. High again, does get it away. Floating spiral, taking by Mainland, but then they fumble the football away, and it's recovered by Joe Depot at the 38-yard line.
Tyler Flynn muffed it and gave Holy Spirit a chance to jump on that ball.
So we'll talk about a turn of events, Mike. I mean, here you have Holy Spirit backed up at the 1-yard line and have to punt it from inside their end zone. It nearly gets hiked over the head of the punter. It gets the kick away, and they get the recovery on the fumble. And that's why they play the games, right? Amazing. Gerald in motion to the right side. Back to pass, Anderson. Fires over the middle. Oh, the receiver makes the catch at the 40-yard line. And that is Dawson. He's taking it for the distance for a touchdown. 61-62-yard rumble by Dawson, and he was wide open.
That's the most wide open you might ever see somebody over the middle of the field. He literally had not one white jersey within 20 yards of him.
You talk about the sea parting, Mike. I mean, it looked as if the 2 defenders on either side just went out. He ran it up the middle, up the seam, and he was just, no one was within 15 yards of him on either side.
Good throw, too.
Yep. So now Rafici will attempt the extra point. Teams are lined up and set. Ball snap, plays down, booted. Rafici with the kick, and the kick is good. With 6:06 8:06, pardon me, remaining here in this third quarter. 14-6 now. Holy Spirit, again with a big play, goes up. Holy Spirit at the 1-yard line. They nearly hiked the ball over the head of Raffici. He has to jump up to get it. Almost comes down to the end line. Just does get the kick away. And then Bradway, I believe it was Bradway, fumbled the football. And it's recovered by Holy Spirit, and first play goes 61 yards. Wow. There's the kick. End over end. Taken at the 24-yard line by one of the up people. That's O'Shea, and he stumbles across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Just lost his balance, and we might say that the center of that field is pretty well chewed up. I mean, it's not in the worst shape because we haven't had any real rains, but Holy Spirit not only plays their games on this field, but they also have to practice on this field, so it's tough to keep it in good shape.
From 40 to 40, it is not in very good shape. But he wasn't in that range. He was off to the side around the 30-yard line, 25-yard line. His momentum just took him down.
Splitting out to the right side is Mayman, now 14-6. Mainland down, taking the snap back is Swenson, gives straight up the middle. Mayman, I should say, Mayers bullying up the middle across the 30 to the 34-yard line, so he picked up some 5 yards on first down. And he's been effective running the ball up the middle for the most part. Doesn't get that many carries, but he does pick up yardage when he gets the call.
Well, it's funny because Mainland doesn't throw the ball a whole heck of a lot, but they don't really have a primary ball carrier.
Well, he is the big back at 6 feet, 190 pounds. He's a senior. Mayman splits out to the left side. 2nd down and 5. The rest of the team is tight. Swenson takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's rolling right, throws to the left flat. It's complete to O'Shea. O'Shea spins away from the first tackle across the 40 to the 41-yard line and does pick up the first down as Mike Mooney meets him and makes the stop.
Swenson's been pretty solid in the short passing game, so we'll see if Mainland starts to go to that a little bit more.
Ball marked at the 41-yard line. 7:10 left, third quarter. Mayman is left. Wing formation to the right side. Swenson with signals being called. Swenson again gives up to Mayers up the middle. Slips a tackle at the line of scrimmage across the 40 to the 47-yard line. So picks up some 5 or 6 yards. And Mike, if they can continue to get 5 or 6 yards on first down, that makes second and third so much easier. You just have so many more things you can call as Ellis for Holy Spirit makes the stop.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Ocean City is on the board. A little too late. 42-7. St. Augustine leads the Red Raiders.
2nd and 4. Double wing formation. Swenson takes the snap. The toss, looking to sweep the right side as Edmonds makes the turn up field, and he's to the 49-yard line. Making the stop is Tyler Flynn, and he'll be a yard or 2 short of that first down. So a 3rd and 2, and Edmonds comes up lame, limping, trying to work his way back to the huddle. Doesn't want to go out, but
great job there by Tyler Flynn, the safety, to make that stop.
So now 3rd and 2 from the 49-yard line. They need the 49 of Holy Spirit. Mayman splits to the right side. Swenson takes the snap again, gives to Mayers straight up the middle. Mayers bullying and looks like he has the first down. He does. As he moved the pile, has a lot of strength, does Mayers, and coming up is Mike Moody to make the tackle. So it is a first down for Mainland.
Just plows forward, picking up a couple of yards there.
Clock continues to run. 6:37 left in the third quarter. Holy Spirit has scored on 2 big plays, both over 60 yards. Swenson takes the snap. Swenson giving to Bradway, looking to sweep the left side. Has a blocker in front, but they force him to cut back inside, and he just does get back to the line of scrimmage. Fumbles the football. Holy Spirit says they have it. No indication from the officials as of yet, and now they say yes, they do have it. Dawson makes the recovery, holding the ball high in the air to make sure the officials see that he's got it, but the indication came slowly by the officials.
The Bradway taking it to the far side of the field, and he's a kid with a lot of speed, but they've done a really good job of containing him and not letting that speed really come out.
Well, first play last time Holy Spirit got the turnover, they went right to the air in the big 61-yard completion to Dawson. Let's see what they do here. Anderson ducks in. Long count, takes the snap, the toss to Dawson, looking to sweep it upside, gets a great block, cuts upfield, across the midfield line, inside the 45 to the 42-yard line of Mainland. Making the stop was Ryan Brenner for the Mustangs. So looks like Holy Spirit, Mike, starting to get their offense together here, both on the ground and in the air.
Yeah, they've been running the ball pretty well. Both teams have gotten some yardage. It's just they can't get that consistent play, and they seem to stall after a little while.
Well, that's what Coach Iannucci said they'd like to do, is get some consistent long drives. They haven't really had it tonight. They've scored on 2 big plays. Taking the snap back is Anderson. Gives off to Gerald. Gerald smashes off right guard. And he's knocked down. See where they mark it, at the 41-yard line, and there's a player down for Holy Spirit. Timeout called by the officials.
Yeah, it looks like 52 Ray Ellis, the man down for Holy Spirit in the line there. You heard a big ooh and ah from the crowd on the hit and the play there by Brenner for Mainland.
Well, they help Ellis up, and he's going to be hobbling off, but coming off under his own power. So Holy Spirit with the football, now facing a 3rd and 7 from the 40-yard line of Mainland. 4 minutes and 27 seconds left in the 3rd. Taylor split to the left side. Out to the right is Nolan to give up the middle. Check that. Keeping it is Anderson, pardon me. And he's going to be thrown for a loss back at the 45-yard line. And again, coming up to make the stop was Ryan Brenner. There right away. Just came across Mike.
Mainland played that option really well. They didn't fight for the fake. When the quarterback went out, one guy had the quarterback, the other end had the pitch man, so there was really no option of what to do with that ball other than try to make a play one-on-one, and Ryan Brenner, like a big bear, wrapped him up, brought him down.
And considering all the troubles they've had with a snap on a punt, they're not going to punt. They're going to go for it.
Looks like Ellis is back in at the right guard spot for Holy Spirit.
3rd and 13, the ball at the 46-yard line of Mainland. Calling signals is Anderson. Anderson back to pass off play action, throws deep down the left sideline, intended for Gerald at the 15-yard line. Just could not catch up with it, and Bradway defending on the play. So they go for the big play, don't get it, and now taking over on downs will be Mainland. They are looking at each other, the officials, so I haven't marked it yet, but that was 4th down, right?
It appears to be 4th down now.
Now, okay, pardon me. So now they will punt the football, and Raffici back at his own 45-yard line, hoping for a good snap. It's a low snap. They're going to fake it. He's going to take it himself. Has the room along the right sideline. He's to the 42-yard line. Keeps his balance. Breaks free. And he's got the first down and more. What an effort by Raffici at the 26-yard check at the 22-yard line. Mike, he was tackled long before he got to the first down 2 or 3 times, and Ryan Brenner makes the stop. But boy, what an effort by Raffici. And Raffici is not an offensive player by trade. He's a linebacker, but wow.
That's a killer right there. Brenner was the guy who hit him initially, and Brenner's 6'2", 216, and Raffici's 5'7". He's lucky if he's 180 pounds, and he ran Brenner right over almost.
At the 22-yard line, up the middle it goes to Dennis inside the 20. Knocked out at the 16-yard line.
So I'll tell you, with those guys that are really low to the ground like that, they stay low and they can get that low center of gravity, and if they can keep their balance, it's tough sometimes when they get a full head of steam to take them down.
Just kept breaking tackles. I mean, he was hit a couple of times and you said, okay, this is it, but not so. Pickup of some 6 yards. On first down, it's now 2nd and 4. The ball marked at the 16-yard line of Mainland. 2:34 left in this third quarter of play. Anderson, long count. Anderson takes the snap. Anderson takes it himself. Now the pitch goes to Dawson, looking to sweep the left side, but he is thrown for a loss again. Ryan Brenner in there to make the stop. On that play, Mike, it really looked as if T.J. Anderson wasn't going to win either way. If he kept it himself, he was going to be tackled, and he tossed the football to Dawson. He really had nowhere to go, so that was just kind of a lost play right there.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Middle Township 30, Vineland nothing, St. Augustine 49, Ocean City 7.
So now 3rd and 7. Anderson with a toss to Gerald. Cuts inside, a great block. He gets another block downfield. He's at the 5-yard line. He goes to the goal line and just short of the goal line. Holy Spirit will have a 1st and goal if they maintain possession. It might have been a fumble there, but no indication.
Well, it looks like it's close to the goal line.
Yep.
So Apsigami, Holy Spirit.
In Absecon.
I got Apsigami on my phone. Apsigami just recovered an onside kick to start the second half. PG wonders if Sean Payton is helping out the Braves during his suspension here. Although I don't have a score of that game. How do they know they got an onside kick? They haven't given me a score yet.
So 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Keeping it himself is T.J. Anderson, and he is in for the touchdown. From a yard out. And Holy Spirit now goes up 20-6. That all set up, of course, by the big fake punt by Rafici, who had a terrific run. I mean, we've seen a couple of big plays in this game, one by Dawson, and actually 2 by Dawson, I believe. And right there on that fake punt, I think that Rafici's run was probably the best play of the football game, given the fact that he broke so many tackles. The other plays, they just ran long way.
Well, Rafici, no doubt. At the end of the game, I'll be writing the story for the Current, and he's the guy I'm going to have to go talk to. That was the play of the game. That changes the whole game. Mainland gets a stop there, and they turn the whole game around. And they get a stop, they get the ball, they get a chance to score and tie the thing up. Instead, Rafici, with 2nd and 3rd efforts, keeps that drive alive, and then Anderson and company put it in. But Rafici has had the night. Not only does he save them on the punt that goes over his head, he picks that ball and he'll find a spot for you.
He will be kicking it away.
He's only a junior, too.
Moves forward and he boots it. It's end over end, kicking toward the left sideline out of bounds. So
too much praise for one man.
He's not perfect, let's put it that way. So Mainland will start off with very good field position. They're going to mark it at the 35-yard line. And they trail it now 21-6.
Tyler Donahue's got the post-game show coming up with scores on a night in the Cape Atlantic League where we've got a lot of lopsided games and some close ones. They'll get you scores and highlights coming up in the Calvi Electric post-game show right after we're done here in Absecon tonight. He'll take you till 10 o'clock tonight. Matt Ulmer of Ulmer's Appliances in Ocean City has live video of this action on 97.3 ESPN.com. You can watch that video right now to see the play-by-play. If you're in your car, you're heading home, you want to pick this game up, check it out, or watch it on your cell phone, your Android, your iPhone, your iPad at 97.3 ESPN.com.
So instead of taking the football, they're going to force him to re-kick it here. Rafici will now kick it from his own 35-yard line.
Our high school headquarters page, where you can be a part of the Twitter conversation as well, so you can find all the scores from all the games right there.
Rafici with the kick. Wow, this one's a boomer over the head of everybody. Bounces at the 5-yard line, running back to pick it up for Mainland. See who that was. He's across the 25-yard line to the 28-yard line. That was Suter on the return.
It's only fitting that Rafici, they get a penalty, they decline it, they say kick it again, and he boots it.
That's right, because in reality, they have the football now at the 28-yard line. Had they not forced them to re-kick it, they would have had it at the 35, because the kick out of bounds results in the offensive team getting the football to 35. But nonetheless, they have the football. 1:20 left, third quarter of play. They are now down on the Mustangs 21-6.
Starting to rain here a little bit in Absecon.
Taking the snap is Swenson, rolling to the left side. He throws upfield, complete to O'Shea. Makes the catch at the 40-yard line, across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Flynn comes up to make the stop. So we've seen Swenson more in the second half, Mike, as he's settled down with his throws, much more accurate. And he's had people open, and he hit O'Shea there for the first down, ball at the 47-yard line. Mainland, first down. Backs are split wide. Taking the snap back as Swenson gives off to O'Shea, looking to swing wide to the left side, but nothing doing. May have picked up a half yard. And that might be the last play of the third quarter. 21-6, Holy Spirit. He scored on a 61-yard toss from Anderson to Dawson, and a 1-yard quarterback sneak by Anderson. Of course, set up by that fake punt by Rafici.
Scores from around the league tonight on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. We'll get to them right after this play.
Second down and 10. Swenson back to pass, nearly stumbles again, throws to the right side, and again it's complete to Suter at the 48-yard line of Holy Spirit. Out of bounds with 9 seconds left in this third quarter, and again it appeared that the center or guard, Mike, might have stepped on the foot of Swenson, and he had all he could do again to keep his balance.
Atlantic City leads Oakcrest 12-0. Mainland, of course, here trailing 14-6. Cedar Creek 20, Buna 7, Pleasantville 28-21 over Lower Cape May. Hamilton all over Bridgeton 41-0. Pete Lancetta will get win number 200. More scores in just a moment.
Slot formation to the left side. It's third down and 5. Swenson back to pass. Fires to the left flat. It's complete to O'Shea, but he's stuck down immediately. And it looks like Rafici makes the stop. It was Rafici, and that is the end of the third quarter, better known as the Rafici Show. 4-5, 8-0, 7-7.
Start of the fourth quarter here. Jim Cooper on to punt for Mainland. He stands at about his own 40-yard line. No pressure. He boots a high spinning punt. Fair catch is called for right around the 10-yard line. And falling down, making the catch is Tyler Flynn for the Spartans. They'll start with 1st and 10 right there. Some more scores on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard on Apsagami 14.
See, now that was just like you were coaching a baseball game there, Mike. It was a high pop-up, right? I mean, that was a tough catch for Flynn, but he made it look pretty easy.
Got under it. Signals for fair catch, and then his momentum takes him backwards. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Anderson. Dennis in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. They give it to Dennis up the middle, and Dennis plows forward up to about the 15-yard line, getting about 4 to 5. They're just chewing away yardage.
That's what they want to do. They want to establish. That's the key to really running the triple option, establishing that fullback up the middle, and that's the key to stopping it as well on the defensive side. And Dennis has been doing a fine job here in this football game.
Second down and about 6. Ball at the 15-yard lines for the Spartans. Split out is Taylor to the far side of the field. Anderson under center. Dennis in the backfield, a man in motion. They hand it off to the motion man. It looks like Gerald falling forward to the 20, and he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
O'Shea makes the stop for Mainland, but yeah, they're getting that ground game going and just chewing up the yardage. Be third down at just a yard.
I'll tell you, these two teams, if they would have met in years past, you would have had a full house, 2,000, 4,000 people. Not the biggest crowd here tonight. Still a good crowd, but not the biggest crowd for a Mainland Holy Spirit matchup. 3rd and 1, ball at the 20. Anderson under center. Sends a man in motion. Gerald, he hands it to Gerald. He follows Dennis. It's going to be, it looks like a first down.
Yeah, he has it. Depending. Yeah, they're marking it at first down yardage.
So it is a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans as they continue to try to wind some clock here in a rainy night. 10:34 to count and counting to play here. The rain just started about 20 minutes ago. Anderson. Back to throw. Over the middle, he's got a Gerald. It's complete. Oh, it out of his hand. He had it in his hands. He tried to bring it in, and it looked like he almost was running in stride. His leg, his thigh almost knocked the ball out of his own hands.
He had to look back and kind of adjust to make that catch, and right there was Mainland, and Mainland gives him a little pat as he heads back toward the huddle, knowing that that was a catch he definitely should have made. And he got a break on the play as he dropped it, but good toss there by Anderson. Had some touch on that throw, Mike. He didn't try to fire it. He floated it up there, came right down into the hands.
2nd and 10 for Holy Spirit. Anderson under center. He keeps it himself after faking it to Dennis, and he's wrapped up immediately on the play.
Tim Lynch makes the stop for Mainland. So that brings up a third. We'll give him a yard on the play. So 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9 for the Spartans on the 24-yard line. So they got a chance here for Mustangs to try to hold them, get the ball back with still 9:41. We saw last week Hamilton give up 17 points in the final 9:31 of that game and lose to EHT. Mainland down 2 scores. Anderson under center. Sends a man in motion to the near side. He pitches it to the opposite side to Dawson. Dawson with a blocker. Up the field. 1st down. 40-yard line. And he's still on his feet at about the 43-yard line. So a little trickery there by the Spartans to get a 1st down.
Yeah, what happened was Anderson faked it to the running back up the middle, and then he kept it himself, and he was running toward the right, looking to sweep the right side. Then he just tossed it up in the air as Dawson came off the right wing, back the other way, and he had a convoy of blockers in front, even downfield, so you could just see when he got that ball, he was going to pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10. Ball just over the 40-yard line. Holy Spirit on the move. They send a man in motion. It's Gerald. They hand it to him. Gerald off right tackle. Ball's forward near midfield, right about midfield. And he picks up about 8 on the play.
They're really starting to turn it up here, Mike. They're really looking to make some moves on the ground, and they're making good gains on 1st down and 2nd down and 3 yards to go.
You got to wonder, Mainland's front 4 or 5 all play both ways for the most part. I think 4 of their 5 guys are playing on the offensive line as well. Anderson to Dennis up the middle, and he's got no place to go. O'Shea jumping in there. Gasparini. And now a couple pats on the shoulder from the Mainland guys. See, these guys, you know, they all know each other now. They do rough season workouts. They play baseball together, stuff like that. So they all know each other pretty well. Of course, Bob Coffey, a Holy Spirit alum.
Always been a lot of connections between the 2 schools. As you said, alumni who may have graduated from Holy Spirit and went on to settle down in Linwood or Northfield or Summers Point and attend Mainland. So it's always that's what makes this rivalry so intriguing.
Holy Spirit, 3rd down. 3rd and about 2. Anderson under center. Really tight formation. And the pitch, he gets the pitch off, but he was taken down. They get it to Gerald. Gerald gets near 1st down yardage as O'Shea brings him down, but it looks like there's a hold right out here in front of us by our wide receiver area. But boy, they got to Anderson, the pitch man, almost immediately, but somehow he got the pitch off.
Well, that's the idea, though, Mike. That's what you want to have happen. You want the defense to close on the quarterback and let him get rid of it just as he takes the hit, as long as it's an accurate toss, of course, because then you got 2 players hitting the quarterback, and the pitch man has to be free.
So it'll be 3rd down and 12 now for Holy Spirit. The clock continuing to run here, 7:45. So they're okay with that. Not that they like the penalty, but it gives them another play and more clock runs, and they take their time getting out of the huddle. They split Debo to the far side, Nolan to the near side. Anderson under center with Steve in the backfield. Anderson Nolan, complete, 45, out of bounds, or near out of bounds, kept him in bounds, was O'Shea, and it's going to be 4th down.
Which is good for Holy Spirit. He doesn't want to get out of bounds. He wants to stay in bounds, keep that clock moving. It did pick up some 5 or 6 yards, but he's going to be about 5 yards short of the 1st down. But as you said, that clock continues to run. 7:10 left in the football game. Remember, Holy Spirit is ahead, not by 14, but by 15, which would mean they'd have to convert a 2-point conversion to tie this game up.
Bradway stands back at around his 25-yard line, and there's more whistles and a timeout taken. So with 6:56 left to play in this one, Holy Spirit 21, Mainland 6 on 97.3 ESPN. Long time. They'll face off against each other in 2 weeks. Holy Spirit's got Apsagami next week. Rafici back to punt. Bradway standing still at around the 25-yard line. Here comes Mainland trying to block. He rolls to the near side and then just punts it out of bounds. And we'll see where they say that one goes out of bounds. It looks like they're spotting it right around the 40-yard line. Right at the 44-yard line. 44-yard line is where the side judge is standing.
But Mike, they'll take it. Because considering what's happened in the punting game up to this point,
right,
getting the kick away and putting their defense out there, that's fine with them.
Well, if you've ever watched, some college football teams do this, they'll snap it to the punter and he'll kind of roll out and then punt it. That's exactly what Rafici did. He rolled to the near side and then got the punt off, and they wanted to punt it away from Bradway. They don't want Bradway breaking one for a big gain. Here comes the Mustangs now with 6:50 on the clock. They need 2 scores. Swenson, hands off, up the middle. Edmonds, and he is popped short of the 50-yard line, and it will be a gain about 4 or 5 yards for Mainland.
Joe Debo was in there on the stop along with Ellis, who went out earlier with an injury, but he appears to be fine.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard tonight, Wes Hills had 452 rushing yards on 19 carries.
I'd say that's a pretty good average. I'm not going to try to divide it right here, but
Swenson under center. I don't think we have 452 yards total from these two teams. Complete and brought down, looks like
Dawson.
Mayman with the catch on the far side of the field, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 1.
But the clock continues to run with 5:55 left in this football game. So they'll give up those short passes, Mike, and as long as they can make the stop and not allow the receiver to get the big yak yardage, they'll be happy.
Here we go on 3rd and 1. Swenson sends a man to the far side. He's going to hand it off, and Mayers gets a 1st down, and he's up to about the 40-yard line. Pick up about 5 on the play. By the way, coming up after us, it's the post-game show here on 97.3 ESPN, and Tyler Donahue will have Wes Hills on the show tonight at 9:30 after his 452-yard outing and 8 touchdowns. So you'll hear about it coming up with the man who ran for almost 500 at 9:30 right after this one tonight.
Will he have enough energy to talk? I guess so.
It sounds like it was effortlessly. 19 carries, come on. Swenson to throw. He rolls, he fires, he's got a man, and it is. Oh, and it out of the hands. It looked like O'Shea had it in his hands. He pounds the turf.
Yeah, he dropped it. He had him at the 18-yard line. Dawson was defending, but he had the football.
It was actually Edmonds, the receiver.
That's right.
So 2nd down and 10, but a nice throw by Swenson. Swenson, a senior, 6'2", 190-pound senior, playing his first year at quarterback. Bradway had been the quarterback as a freshman, sophomore, and a junior, and this year they moved him. Swenson under center. Pro set backfield. Barking out the signals. 2 wide receivers. Hands it to Edmonds. Edmonds stutter steps off right tackle and gets good yardage. Picks up about 8 on the play.
Steve makes the tackle, but he dragged tacklers for about 4 yards, did Edmonds, and the ball now is placed down inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. The problem, though, for Mainland is they're not only fighting the scoreboard, Mike, they're also fighting the clock.
And they used a timeout earlier, so they're down 1 timeout as well. 3rd and 2, ball at the 34-yard line. 4:33 and counting. Swenson under center, and he hands off, it looks like Mayers, and Mayers is close to a first down. He gets up to around the 30-yard line, so that should be a first down. And it is. So Mainland continues their drive. You know, they struggled to score last week against Absegami. They lose in overtime, struggling to score again here today.
They've moved the football. They have moved the football, but they just have not moved it consistently.
1st and 10, ball at the 30. Gonna have to start putting the ball in the air. Here's Swenson. They pitch it to Bradway. Bradway, not a lot of blocking. He gets about a yard. A good job sniffing that out. The Spartan defense is there. Tyler Flynn and his buddies kind of converging at the same time.
Well, one of the things that Coach Coffey mentioned to me yesterday when I talked to him is he said, hey, look, penalties have killed us. Turnovers has killed us, and once we get down on the red zone, we just have not been able to cash in. It's been the same story here tonight. 2
field goals tonight, no touchdowns for the Mustangs. They need a touchdown, 2 of them here. It's 2nd down and 8. Back to throw, Swenson. He fires, he's got a man, he's wide open on the far side of the field is Bradway, and he drops it. Bradway was open, but he kind of was turned around. He threw the ball to his far shoulder, and Bradway wasn't quite squared up for it.
Yeah, it just clicked off his hands. A little high, but definitely should have made the reception. So really, when you take a look at this drive, Mike, 2 catches that were incomplete. That really should have been completions, and as you call it, he was wide open.
3rd and 8, ball at the 28 for Mainland, 3:31. They need to score twice. They trail 21-6. Holy Spirit new head coach John Iannucci looking for his first win on a night where Pete Lancetta gets his 200th win. Of course, Iannucci, not his first career win, just his first win here in the Cape Atlantic League for Holy Spirit. And a man moved. It was the right guard taking a jump, David Donovan. So they'll march off. 5 more.
Procedure call goes against the Mustangs.
It's at 3rd and 11.
Yeah, these yards in this position are very precious, and exactly what Coach was talking about, penalties, especially when we get down into the red zone. They've been here before, but only 2 field goals by Jim Cooper for their 6 points.
Mainland sends Bradway to the far side. Mayers in the backfield. Suter on the near side. Swinson rolling. O'Shea complete. And that he loses yards. He actually lost yards on the completion.
Tyler Flynn right there. As soon as he made the catch, he hit him.
They got a lot of speed on that side of the ball. Holy Spirit, we saw them against Hamilton, St. Joe. They held them scoreless through 4 quarters. They really got a lot of speed and play some tough defense.
Well, they've really done well defensively. I mean, just think this season. Played a highly ranked Hamilton team, and of course St. Joe's haven't given up much.
Ball game right here for Mainland. They need a first down. It's 4th down and 14. Swenson under center, back to throw. He straight drop, fires, and he fires it way over the head of his intended receiver, Joe Suter, and they'll turn it over on downs, and that should pretty much be the end of the Mustangs.
Yeah, he was going for the big play, but he was double teamed, was Suter. So threw it far over his head, and as you said, Holy Spirit now takes over. 2 minutes, 47 seconds left in this football game. So very little chance, short of there being a turnover, that Mainland's going to get 2 scores in 2:47.
So just a couple of more runs here for the Spartans. Holy Spirit will go to 1 and 2 on the night unless something miraculous happens here. And the Spartans next week will play Gammy. Here's Gerald, cuts upfield. About the 43-yard line.
Number 4, Lee Gerald taking the handoff on the right side from Anderson.
Suter in there to make the stop.
Don't forget Tyler Donahue was hanging around at the studio just waiting for this one to finish. He's got scores and highlights from around the Cape Atlantic League, including on a wild night for Wildwood, where West Hills racked up 452 yards and 8 touchdowns. We'll talk to him about it right at the end of this game. Anderson hands it to Steve, and Steve is corralled, and he comes up right around first down yards. They need it the 45-yard line for a first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Well, where the official's foot is, it appears they could be just inches short if they mark the football where his foot is. I think they are going to be short, Mike.
There's a Mainland team who will fall. Tonight, hard-fought game. And they will be now 1-3 on the season.
At Ocean City Home Bank, their main job is helping customers. That's why they adapt to your changing needs. Every member of their staff dedicated to customer service, from checking to online banking, investment services to mortgages. Ocean City Home Bank employees provide the answers to make your every financial goal a reality. An important part of the bank's tradition, a commitment to youth through sponsorships of educational, athletic, and recreational events. Their continued support of area high school after prom parties designed to ensure a fun and safe environment for our youth. Ocean City Home Bank realizes that children are the future. Ocean City Home Bank is your community bank.
Steve Dominowski, the shaken up Spartan, he's walking off on his own power, 6'4", 294 pounds, kind of limping off to the sideline. And Holy Spirit now running forward. They get the first down, and that one should be about it. 1:40 and counting left to play. This one, a first down, pretty much ends all opportunities for Mainland here. And a couple of knees in this situation should do it.
Wonder if Mainland subscribes to the Greg Schiano school of...
I don't subscribe to it in this situation. If it's a one-score game, I don't have a problem with it. If you're down by a score and you think that your jarring of that snap will cause a fumble of some sort, I don't have a problem. But a two-score game here with 1:40, maybe. I mean, you get a touchdown here on a fumble, you get it back, and an onside kick, you got an opportunity to do some damage.
Both teams, especially Holy Spirit, huddled around their coach, John Iannucci, and that's going to be, I'm sure, a little weight off his shoulders because of the tradition here at Holy Spirit and some pressure to win, and impressive win here tonight. They showed the defense that they've shown in the first two games, but some explosion on offense as well, and some fortunate bounces as well for Holy Spirit, especially on that kick from the end zone where they turned it around, got the fumble recovery, and then on the first play went 61 yards. So that was really, that's a total turnaround in this football game.
Very entertaining guy to talk to, very colorful. You know, he's got a lot of energy when he talks to you. He's just, you know, he seems like a guy who's got all this information he wants to give you, and he just, you know, but he's in last year's game that we called their name in last year's game. It seems like it's an entire new cast of characters this year.
No question. I think Nolan played last year. But they've had consistent winners. Of course, they won back-to-back state championships in, what, 3 in the last 5 years? So not bad. It's a hard act to follow.
And here's a group, you know, in non-public 2 who has an opportunity potentially to be in that mix again at the end of the year. First down, they hand it off. And that's going to keep that clock running with 1:37 to play. Keeping it on the ground. Cutter in there. Talib Gerald, the ball carrier, gain of 3 on the play.
Approaching 1 minute to play here in this game.
We've had some good ones on 97.3 ESPN, and this was a close one, 14-6. Mainland was driving, so we've had another good game for you here on 97.3 ESPN and 97.3ESPN.com. Gerald again off tackle and going to be short of a first down to bring up 3rd down, and we're under a minute to play here in Holy Spirit. Matt Ulmer supplied or provided the video for us at 97.3ESPN.com. Matt Ulmer, stop on in Matt Ulmer's Appliances and say hello to him. Thank him for providing the video when you're in Ocean City, or if you need a call on your appliances, make sure Ulmer's Appliances, the appliances you call for. I think ultimately Mainland is looking at this and saying, man, we had a chance in this game. You know, a couple of mistakes here, and if we capitalize on a couple of mistakes there, this would have been a different game tonight.
Well, I also think that they see that they can move the football, especially if Swenson doesn't have the accuracy problems early. I mean, he's had receivers open. He had some accuracy problems in the first half, and then in that last drive that we just saw, the exact opposite happened. The receivers were dropping the football. So if you can get rid of those two things, get them both on the same page, the accurate throw and the catching on the other end, they can move the football. I mean, they do have receivers who get open. He's got a nice arm, so they can move the football. But as Coach Coffey said, once we get down there, we can't settle for field goals.
Third down, 3rd and 4, ball at the 46. So here's the Spartans, the full house backfield. They give it to Gerald, and it looks like he's going to get the first down, and that should do it. Final score should end up being 21-6 as Mainland settles for 2 field goals tonight, one of which was questionable, but 2 field goals nonetheless. Holy Spirit, 3 touchdowns, 21-6 is where we are right now. And big plays. You got the 66-yard touchdown Anderson had on the first drive of the night. They had the big touchdown pass that went about 63 yards as well in the 3rd quarter. And then, of course, a 1-yard plunge by Anderson. So Anderson had a hand in all 3 touchdowns tonight. And
that's saying something, Mike. You know, people say, oh, he had a great night, and that's wonderful. This is his first game at quarterback. Don't forget, he didn't play quarterback the first 2 games, and he did very well here tonight, considering the fact that he was not the quarterback the first 2 games. Of course, they did have the bye week that helped them out.
Right, an interesting situation for those of you who are wondering, well, why is the guy playing quarterback? Their starting quarterback was C.J. LaFragola, a sophomore. He played the first 2 games and then transferred to St. Joe's in the bye week, and now is over at St. Joe's. They'll play tomorrow against EHT, and here, new quarterback T.J. Anderson, and he's done a fine job tonight. I want to thank our producer, Pete Giordano, back at the station. Matt Ulmer again on the video. Tony Blum, of course, and Prime Events here on 97.3 ESPN. The final score, the Holy Spirit Spartans 21, the Mainland Mustangs 6. High school football on 97.3 ESPN FM.